You all are audiences who have the right, you're paying money and you're paying for subscription or you're paying for the film tickets, and you have the right to, call out if you're not feeling entertained enough. But I feel like if you have nothing constructive to say, don't say anything at all. I hate this and I hate that about you and you should just disappear or go. That is a different art. Putting all your energy into telling, listen, you must know I don't like you or I hate you or I think this is... No, energy, you become constructive. I am very self-critical and I try to, see things from a critical lens, which is when sometimes I can, your own thoughts sometimes bog you down and you're like, I don't know what if I go wrong? And then the day comes and you're like, I think first I cry, take it out of my system. I'm a deeply emotional person, but I'm also strong enough to kind of not let that overwhelm me when where I can't function.
Hi, this is Bhavna and you're watching India Today. Well, today I have someone who we definitely miss watching a lot on screen. Someone who really is gorgeous but also extremely talented. Yes, I'm talking about Vaani Kapoor. Welcome to India
Bhavna,
Today.
that was very sweet.
No, I genuinely mean it because I feel like we see very less of you on screen. That's a complaint actually. But very excited also because, Mandala Murders. I mean, I saw the trailer. I like the entire, atmosphere that you have created. But also to have that as your debut on web, was it like something that you really wanted to challenge yourself that, okay, this is something that I have never been offered before in film, so let me just try this.
Absolutely. I was intrigued by it. I was excited. I was happy that somebody saw that potential in me to kind of, picture me and envision me in a avatar like this. The story is very strong. It's a fictional world, of course, but it's blended with, it's not just crime, no, it's blended with mythology.
Yeah, and it's crazy, yeah.
I love leaves you with a lot of thinking, like you take back home a lot from it, the kind of choices you make, the belief system, the purpose that we are trying to follow, the choices we are making and the consequences that follow it.
Yeah.
And I feel at some point, every individual does have a self-talk and wonders, okay, this is who I am. This is who I identify with.
Yeah, once a month, for sure.
I do that all every day, I think. And that's very interesting for me, just to see, it's not just drama, it's also
questioning
relatable.
Questioning your belief system in a way where you come out feeling stronger that, okay, this is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, how far are you willing to go for what you believe in? And roads, your road to wherever you want to be can be quite rocky. It's not a smooth sail all the time. And here people are dark and they have gray shades, they have layers. You're still trying. It's you're hooked to what will happen next. Now what? So it's full of surprises. It's very intriguing, and I'm not just saying it because I'm part of it. I became part of it because the story was that compelling.
No, but like you said, it's full of surprises, and there are. I relate a lot to what you're saying in terms of your journey as well, because everything has been surprising to all of us. Like every time you take something up, and we are just like, okay, we never thought Vaani would do this because. I mean, you expect something and then you deliver something.
I'm very happy that's happening in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. I'm saying it in a good way. But again, like you said, the road is never easy. So what is it that you learned about Vaani when you finally finished on the last day of shoot and you were like, okay, this is not something that I knew that I could do, but oh my God, like this is a great revolution.
I feel I can do anything. Except flying like a Superman without
you could do that too now with CGI and everything. You
but that's in the CGI. But I genuinely love challenging myself. I want to explore what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, how can I overcome those weaknesses and turn them into strength. And I like challenging myself. I want to push my boundaries and my limits when it comes to work because every day I feel, and it's a tiresome process, acting and doing action, and you have to work on your body, you have to work on your, your performances, the backstory of a character. There's a lot going on. But I every day wake up saying, but I love my job, I'll do it. So even your hard work and struggle becomes like, it's worth it, If there's anything I want to push myself for and, push my limits, it's for my work. I can be very lazy otherwise, but if I'm working and I'm getting only 3 to 4 hours of sleep
On that day, yeah, you're okay.
There are days when I shot for, like, one of the days I shot for almost 17 hours, and
Wow.
to a point where I was like, I have brain fog. I don't know who I am.
You're a zombie.
Last scene, and I was laughing, and I'm like, I have to catch a flight now. But you're that exhausted and tired, you can't make sense of what's happening.
Yeah.
So there are days when I shoot like that, which I think is unhealthy. I think that practice should not happen, but I do it.
Because you love it.
Because I love it. So I'm grateful for the work.
Yeah, no, genuinely, and I feel like you said, a lot of action going on, a lot of homework for the character as well.
Yes.
Was there anything in particular that, like you said, you want to challenge yourself and then be happy that, okay, thank God I tried this, because, I mean, I've learned something out of this.
Yeah.
In Mandala Murders, is there anything at all that was a challenge to you in the beginning, but by the end of it, you were like, thank God I did it? Could be action, could be the logistical part of it, anything.
Yeah, first, when you're trying to set the tone for your character, your mind can run to various directions and be like, could she be like this or could she be like that? Of course, your directors are the one who will eventually bring everything together and explain, okay, but this is how I'm seeing, and let's follow this route. I am very self-critical, and I try to, see things from a critical lens, which is when sometimes I can, your own thoughts sometimes bog you down, and you're like, I don't know what if I go wrong, and then the day comes and you're like, just forget about all those negative thoughts and just go in with absolute honesty.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I attempt always, that it should come from some place honest from your heart, be earnest, be honest. I think the whole process is engaging, but it can be tiresome, but it's also interesting.
But again, like you said, like you always push yourself, and there's so much love that you have for the craft, right? Always challenging yourself. But what happens on a dull day because this industry always is testing your patience, testing your craft, everything, like there are so many opinions, you have to deal with everything. It's not like a one-way road, and you have to tackle everything, right? On a day when it feels like, it's just too much, how do you like sort of push yourself? Because I know it's very difficult to do that as well.
I think first I cry, take it out of my system. I'm a deeply emotional person, but I'm also strong enough to kind of not let that overwhelm me when I'm where I can't function. So I do take things to heart, and a lot of people say by now you should be thick-skinned. I've not managed to do that just yet. But I try to understand, okay, where could I be going wrong? And I think a lot, like maybe a lot of people would say, who know me personally, would be like, yeah, you overthink things. But I genuinely, I try to leave no stone unturned with whatever bandwidth that I have and whatever's in my control. I try at least to be better than what I was yesterday. So learning is the only thing that you can, you learn things and you try to better yourself. That's one thing you have in control.
Is that your way to tackle criticism as well whenever it comes? Because
if it's constructive, I will value that a lot. And I'll be like, oh, acha, okay, this is what was bothering. Was I not fully there? Or did it not connect? What was... And there are times when I'm like, no, but that was a... But the thing is that you can't really get a pat on the back from everybody.
That is true.
Somebody will feel disconnected. And now with the kind of platforms which are out there, people have become quite opinionated and they are also judging you with that critical eye. And sometimes what happens, it's a lot of people they have a lot of impressionable minds are, watching and reviewing and
everyone is a reviewer.
Everybody is a reviewer. And sure, you all are audiences who have the right. You're paying money and you're paying for subscription or you're paying for the film tickets, and you have the right to, call out if you're not feeling entertained enough. But I feel like if you have nothing constructive to say, don't say anything at all.
True.
There are times when I don't agree with a lot of reviews, or I don't agree with somebody's post or their opinions. I scroll past. I won't go sit there and say, I hate this and I hate that about you and you should just disappear or go. That is a different art. My God, like how how much energy are you willing to spend on somebody just to release your frustration without knowing it's only going to multiply? It'll only come back to you in multifolds. Doesn't work, it doesn't help in the long run.
I was just having this conversation outside that, you know, for the limited time that you have, would you really waste your energy writing a big paragraph for someone you don't care about?
And then just be indifferent, no? Like, why you're also putting all your energy into telling, listen, you must know I don't like you, or I hate you, or I think this is... No, energy, you become constructive, do something, then you... all that energy can be used and consumed by, you know, at your workforce or wherever, whatever you want to do in life. And when you're 70 or 80 or how much ever lifespan that we'll have, you look back, do you want to really feel proud of your journey, or be like, I'm so proud I was this horrible human being to everybody and I deserve hell? Like, what are you trying to do and who are you trying to prove? It's a few seconds of happiness that they'll derive by pulling somebody down. But eventually, that also fades off. And then you're left empty. There's no feeling of anything. Because I also believe that people can only give you what they have. If they have love for you, or love in general for themselves also, they can't help but give love to others. There are people who they're so frustrated and filled with hate that they don't know how to give love. Because that becomes their language. That becomes who they are.
Also, I think this generation is growing up to be like that.
I also feel bad. I also feel bad for a lot of people, for everybody. There's sometimes, it really makes you question your self-worth, which shouldn't be the case. A lot of people we hear about anxiety and depression. I don't know anybody who's not gone through it, and who's not dealing with it, or who's not had that phase in their life. And it's sad that we are doing that to each other. So
I agree. No, and I'm so glad that you're talking about it, because I feel like it comes from a place, because you are, like you said, you are an emotional person, and only someone who has the heart and it's right in her right place can really understand where everything is coming from. And kudos to you for dealing with everything the way you do, because I know it's very difficult. I get one hate comment and I spiral. And I'm just like, and I'm so sorry, I'll just take the laugh. Recently I was talking to someone and I was like, it's so weird, like we take these opinions to heart, and like if someone says that, hey, don't care enough, then I'm just like, why the hell did he or she say that?
I mean, if you don't care, just go past. Why you're like, no, I don't care about you, but let me let you know that I don't care about you. That's just asking attention in a wrong way. Like,
and then I just feel like as human beings, we have this inherent need to be understood. Like if someone doesn't understand why you perhaps chose this, I'm giving you an example, then there's this need that I must tell you why. And if you're not convinced, I'll try again. It's crazy. But I'm also learning, like you said. Lastly, now I want to know from you, because I don't have a lot of time, Vaani. But because like in the beginning itself, you said that thank God someone saw this, that you could pull off something like this. Do you sometimes feel that is not the kind of opportunities? Because I will say personally, I feel that you have so much more potential to prove in films, in series, in any format, because today format is not really a barometer anymore. But I feel like right opportunities are taking time to come to you. Do you also feel that? And if yes, how do you get past that? Because I know the wait can be very, very taxing.
There are good days, there are bad days, there are days when I'm like, oh, I wish I was part of that. I wish this filmmaker saw me in that light and could just give me one opportunity. And but then, you know what, I leave it to God. I'm like, if you think I'm deserving, just bring it to me. Just make that happen, But if you feel somebody else is better, then so be it. But but now I've learned to make the most of what I have in my platter, on my platter. You can look down upon, oh, I don't have this thing, so I don't want this either. Or you can say, okay, I have this, let's make the most of this. Let's go. Maybe it'll take longer for me to reach where I want to be, or where I see myself, but baby steps are at least some way forward. At least I'm not still and I'm not going backwards. As long as that's not happening, I'm like, okay, I'll bring in some positivity to this, and I'll
moving
try.
very much forward, and you're doing great, Vaani. And I hope that this show can really put focus on the acting chops that you bring, because I feel like, of course, we have seen it enough. But like I said, I hope that you get more opportunities in
Thank you.
future as well.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much,
Thank you.
and
This
all
was
the very
sweet.
best.
Thank you.